This guy was selling guns and noticed something strange. The buyer loaded the gun 3 seconds faster than he did. Even if he purposely adjusted the sights off, the buyer was able to accurately hit the bullseye. This made him realize instantly, the woman was definitely a professional killer. A few days ago he asked the organization to retire. Immediately after the organization arranged this deal for him, he concluded that there was definitely a connection. But at that moment, the woman handed him the sniper rifle. She told Mike to shoot next to her, to test the silencer. Mike could have solved this worry, but he didn't. Instead, he thought of a better way to deal with her. After testing the weapon, the buyer was very satisfied with the weapon. He paid Mike a sum of money right away, but Mike didn't give her the gun. Instead, he said the gun needed to be improved. He asked the buyer to wait for 3 days. The buyer didn't think much of it, but just as Mike was about to go back, instead, he deliberately stopped the car, kicked the car's bumper to break it, then drove the car into the garage, pretending to be a driver who wanted to fix his car, stole something he needed on the way, to carry out his plan. When he got home, Mike quickly removed the parts with a hammer and fashioned it into the shape he wanted. He then broke the steel pipe into numerous smaller pieces, and finally slipped it over the casing, and that was it. A sniper silencer was made. Next he had to manufacture a gun body, so he bought some accessories in the black market. After some assembly, this assembled gun was just like an ordinary firearm. Immediately after that was the most crucial step. He polished and smoothed the bullet tip, and drilled a small hole in it. Finally, he carefully dripped the mercury into the bullet. Soon the 3 days were up. Mike came to the designated place as promised. He thought everything planned would go very smoothly, but the buyer asked to check the toilet. This instantly scared Mike into a panic. Luckily, the buyer didn't notice anything unusual. Looking at the packet of tail money in his hand, Mike seemed to think that he was overthinking things, but just as the buyer was on his way back, but suddenly received a mysterious phone call.
Find one.
At this point, Mike seemed to realize the danger, so he planned to leave with his girlfriend. They didn't know that at that moment, a scope was already aiming at him, and the killer was the buyer he was dealing with. Seeing the target right in front of her eyes, the killer pulled the trigger decisively. She never expected the gun to blow up, and the main reason for the blowout, it was Mike's fault. It turns out Mike used to be a gunsmith, but because he made too much money, plus the reason of old age, he chose to retire from the organization. But the organization arranged a killer to assassinate him. In order to create an accident, Mike deliberately tampered with the guns.